the latest adaptation of a Dr. Seuss story with Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey played the Grinch in the Grinch.
The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Yeah, although it wasn't that actually just called The Grinch over here. Was it called The Grinch Stole Christmas?
You're probably right.
I think
the longer title in America.
Sure, because it is about the Grinch. So anyway, here, Carrey is Horton, who's an elephant who catches a little bud flowery thing blowing in the breeze, and he hears a noise coming out of a speck, and he comes to believe that inside the speck is an entire community, which of course there is. Whoville is tiny and lives inside the speck, but everyone around him thinks that he's mad for talking to a speck.
I'm really happy you found this speck and all, but you might want to think about keeping it to yourself.
What? Why?
Well, you're talking to a clover. That doesn't look good.
You know what doesn't look good? You talking about the speck like the speck isn't even there. The speck never said anything bad about you. But hey, good luck with your illusion of superiority.
You know, the speck can think anything it wants about me. It's a speck.
Whoa! I see what's going on here. Morton, no matter how tight the speck and I get, the speck could never replace you. I'm only sad that I would have to explain that at this point.
Well, that's awesome, Horton. That really helps. Just try to keep this to yourself. I'll see you later. Try.
It's Jim Carrey doing that voice that he does, again, which kind of always slightly gets my back up. Look, here's the problem.
He's slightly understated, though.
He is, but, you know, it's still him doing that like that. And it's like, it's a hop, skip and a jump.
I kind of forgot it was him halfway through.
Did
which
you?
was a good thing.
Okay, fine. That's probably the onset of early dementia rather than... No, you actually started sounding like him just then. That's very dangerous.
I went to see it with an 8-year-old, which kind of is different, probably.
You saw the film?
Yeah.
Oh,
hence I had an opinion on it.
No, I'm sorry.
I didn't just pluck one out the air.
Shall I tell you what I thought? Do you want to tell me what you thought?
Take it away, Dr. Yes. What did you think of Horton Hears a Who?
Here's what I think. I think the basic problem with Dr. Seuss adaptations is this. In the Dr. Seuss books, which I have read some of, most of what's going on is to do with language. It's like that thing in The Grinch, you know, little Lucy who was only 2, and they were merry, very. He does that, okay? It's all to do with, you know, strangely formed rhymes. And the illustrations are really just absurdist realizations of the knots that the language ties itself up in. And the great joy of those books is reading them to your kids because it's the way they sound. And the problem is when you put that stuff up on screen, when you realise it, whether you do it as live action with you know, costumes and things, or whether you do it in digimation, CGI, this sort of thing, what you're doing is you're kind of unbalancing the cart. It's basically a linguistic construct first and a picture second. And if it becomes a picture first and a linguistic construct second, it sort of falls apart. And what you're left with, in the case of Horton Hears a Who, is it's kind of quite cute, and you know, there are some funny little bits in it, but nothing of any great substance. Anyway, I thought it was really sweet. In the BBFC report, the BBFC they're becoming more and more like film critics. God bless them. After having said its "you" contains no material likely to offend or harm, which is worth knowing at this period.
I think that's about right.
Absolutely worth knowing. It says at the end, the language is very mild. It is a comic feel-good film with many strong positive messages about teamwork, standing up for what one thinks is right, and respect for all people. It's like, that's a review. That's not a. But the problem with it is very, very bland. Now,